As we begin this morning, let us start with a moment of prayer. Loving and gracious God, you have been our companion, support, and guide through the moments of our lives. We gather together at this time to celebrate the St. Andrew's Episcopal School class of 2025 as we anticipate their transition into the upper school. We invite you, God, to draw near and join our celebration. We thank you for these students and all that has led them to this point. The hard work, dedication, joys, opportunities for growth, and support of family, teachers, and friends. We also acknowledge the difficult moments that they have faced reaching this point and thank you for helping them to overcome challenges. Please help them to grow even from these experiences. And as these students enter the upper school, nurture their gifts and help them to shine, that they may inspire and improve the lives of all those they encounter. Lead them to more accomplishments that satisfy and delight them. Continue to be with them on their journey and provide wisdom to their families, the faculty and staff of St. Andrew's, and all those who will walk with them as they move forward. And through all of this, help us come to a greater awareness of your profound love for us and for all whom you have made. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Isaacs, and thank you, middle school band members. It's such a joy to welcome you all to our 8th grade ceremony for the class of 2025, particularly to welcome us together in person as a community. I know that it's a little warm. I know the cicadas are out there, right? Your long-term prospects, 2025, are a lot better than the cicadas, so just ignore them. Right? It's a minor inconvenience to be here together to celebrate you. I want to thank the parents and other family members present, not simply for being here today, but throughout middle school and your Lions careers for encouraging them, whether it was getting up in the morning or going to bed at night, feeding them, supporting them, giving them structure, showing patience, lots of patience, and of course, unconditional love, which has been critical to their success. And thank you for entrusting St. Andrews with your children throughout middle school. I want to thank my colleagues of faculty and staff of the middle school, both the wonderful leadership team that you see before me, as well as the faculty to my left. They have modeled scholarship, they've modeled effort. Most of all, they've modeled a sense of belonging and community and connection and care that's been vital to the development and healthy growth and success of our class of 2025. And finally, to the class of 2025, congratulations on successfully completing middle school. Congratulations on transitioning to upper school. You will be awesome guides and mentors to the more than 50 new classmates who will join you next year as 9th graders. The teachers, to a person, are excited to welcome you into a new division. And I am very proud of you, both for who you are and also the promise of what you will become over the next 4 years. Thank you very much.
Good morning to all, but especially to the class of 2025. This is your day, and I want you to know that I am very proud of you. We began the year with the theme, Be Your Authentic Self, and I've tried to role model that theme for you throughout the year. As the Religion 6 teacher, I want to underscore the theme with one of my favorite Bible stories, the one where Jesus calls on the disciples to walk toward him on the water. Jesus said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat, started walking on the water, and came toward Jesus. Now, there were 11 other disciples on the boat, but it was Peter who dared to demonstrate his authentic self and stepped out of the boat, started walking on the water toward Jesus. Peter often gets a bad rap in the story. Most people criticize him for starting to sink, or for losing his faith, or for losing his confidence. I give Peter credit for at least having the nerve to try, having the nerve to step up and step out, to push past his own comfort zone. I give him credit because most people never get out of the boat. And you can't walk on the water if you don't get out of the boat. Some people don't even rock the boat, let alone get out of the boat. Most people spend their lives playing it safe, staying in the box, on the boat, not risking much, not challenging much, not hazarding much, not trying too much outside of what others expect of them, coloring inside the lines that somebody else drew for them, trying to keep their heads down. Here's a recent real-world example of how to be your authentic self. Just a few weeks ago, Simone Biles successfully performed a Yurchenko double pike. Now, Yurchenko double pike is a round-off back handspring onto the vaulting table and 2.5 flips off the table into the pike position like we can all do. In fact, the Yurchenko double tuck pike is so difficult that even men don't complete it often. The major reason Biles' Yurchenko double pike is so groundbreaking is that it adds a full extra flip to the most difficult vaults currently being performed in women's gymnastics. If Biles completes the Yurchenko double pike in the Olympics, it will become the 5th skill named after her in the code of points. She is redefining gymnastics by pushing the boundaries, being her authentic self. She is literally redefining the whole field, stepping out of the box, taking risks, doing things that other folks don't even try to do. It is a very difficult skill, never before performed by a woman. She is defying biology and gravity, and doing things other people say a woman is not supposed to be doing. Imagine that. Now, instead of celebrating her gifts, strangely, like those who often criticize Peter, the judges are penalizing her. They're actually shaving a few points from the score that she obviously deserves. And the rationale they are giving is this. They're saying that there are safety risks for other gymnasts who are not able to do what she does. And if they reward her the very high scores, other gymnasts might try to do what she does, and they might injure themselves in the process. Now, I have to tell you, when I first read that, I was angry. I was very upset. Until I heard how Simone Biles is dealing with it. She sent out a tweet. She didn't spend any time focusing on them. She was busy celebrating herself. She said, "I can't believe what I just did." When asked why she would continue doing difficult skills despite low scoring, she said, "Because I can." She concluded her tweet by saying, "That's on them, not on me." She spent her time perfecting her gift and celebrating her success, not focusing on the naysayers. That is my message to you. Be your authentic self. Use your voice because only your voice sounds like you. My good friend and late former Congressman John Lewis said, quote, "Stand up, speak out, make good trouble," close quote. Being your authentic self is not without risk or criticism, but that's on the critics, not on you. You have already defied gravity. You have already done more than others expected of you in this pandemic. You have come through this year of COVID-19 with much success. Look, see? The doors to the upper school are open just for you. Marion Wright Edelman, the great American activist for children's rights, said, quote, "A lot of people are waiting for Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi to come back, but they are gone. We are it. It's up to us. It's up to you," close quote. Class of 2025, each of you, be all that you can be. Be your authentic self. Your teachers have prepared you well. Thank you, teachers. You're in the most extraordinary faculty. Congratulations to grandparents, to parents, siblings, other family members, and especially congratulations to the class of 2025. This is your day.
As Tita comes to the microphone, I would invite those in the audience who are masked. If you are vaccinated, you may remove your mask during the assembly. When we recess at the end, please put your mask back on. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tita, and I've been at St. Andrews for about 10 years now. I can safely say that the 3 years of middle school have been the best years yet. Middle school is that time where you're kind of in between being a little kid and being one of the older kids, and it's the main time where you learn new things and form new friendships. From the first day of 6th grade to the last day of 8th, so many things have changed, and mostly for the better. I remember the first few days of 6th grade. I was nervous about how hard middle school was going to be, how difficult the work was going to be, and if I was going to make good friends or not. Now, on the last day of 8th grade, all of those are my smallest of worries for high school, and I feel so much more comfortable in the community that has been created. Something that impacted my experience in middle school is just the comfort everyone felt with each other and how open the space always was. Maybe it was laughing with our classmates and teachers before class started, always feeling welcome into the middle school office, or just waving to someone in the hallway. Every day here always had something that you could call the highlight of your day. Even though all of this will remain in high school, the middle school memories will never go away. Something really special about middle school was definitely all the fun field trips we had, from fishing for crabs in the Chesapeake Bay or just watching documentaries at the museums. No matter where we went, the people around me never failed to make me laugh or to make such memorable times. And sadly, this past year of 8th grade, because of the pandemic, we did not get to have the normal year you would imagine, but this year taught me that we really didn't need to have that ideal perfect year to have a great year. I'm also very glad that for the second half of our school year, we didn't have to wait to be admitted into a Zoom meeting to see all of our friends and teachers. I can't believe that this school year is already over, because I think I speak for everyone when I say it went by so quickly. Thank you to all teachers, classmates, and advisors who have worked so hard to make sure that this year was great. I'll never forget the middle school memories and great times I've made this year, whether virtual or in person, and hopefully high school is even better. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's my distinct pleasure to present this year's award for outstanding achievement in the performing arts. And, with a talent pool as deep as we have here at St. Andrews, you'd think that this would have been a very difficult decision to come by. It was a little bit, while there were, in fact, more than a few worthy candidates. My performing arts colleagues and I, however, quickly concurred that one was particularly deserving for his dedication and outstanding contributions to the middle school instrumental program. And I'll go ahead and reveal that that is Danny Lobsens over there in the middle school band. Now, Danny has done 9 straight trimesters rather, in the middle school band. He's been in for the long haul. And when I first met him, of course, my expectations were understandably high, having already encountered his bright and talented older brothers. Well, Danny exceeded those expectations. And although it's just tempting to simply see him as the third installment of a musical family dynasty here, he's much more than that. It's true, he exhibits all the qualities that make for an excellent member of any performing group. He's got talent, skill, commitment, enthusiasm, collaboration, and even leadership. And simply put, Danny does the work. And he's been doing it for 9 straight trimesters. But more importantly than that, over the last 3 years, he's also come a long way in the journey towards developing his own musical voice. And, because of the particular situation we've had here over the past year, our band was very well documented in video and audio recordings. So perhaps you've had the chance to hear him at one of our virtual assemblies and concerts, whether he's holding down his parts on What's Going On back in the fall, or the Overture to Moana just this past weekend. And of course, you get to hear him today. And also laying down beautiful improvised solos on tunes like Watermelon Man. And it's just been a real pleasure to have him here and watch him grow. And I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with him as he continues his musical journey in the fall, where he's going to be one of the rare incoming 9th graders to go straight into the jazz band and all the challenges that it presents. So, Danny, it's my real pleasure to present you with this award today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good morning. While there are many deserving artists in this year's 8th grade class, there was something special about Mary. She stood out in the crowd, completing every project with ease and demonstrating the mastery of all the techniques. But what I loved most about her, and perhaps most importantly, was how she experienced joy through the production of her art. One day while entering the studio, Mary said, "Happy Monday, starting it off right with art." And then she sat down and got right to work on her art. She was filled with joy. She creatively communicated her ideas visually and has developed a strong personal style. Mary often completed multiple versions of the projects we did, consistently demonstrating her passion and love of art on a daily basis. Her watercolor paintings of her grandpa's ranch, the river, and the sunset were my favorites and hers. Mary's landscapes incorporated beautiful colors and textures, places that were special to her, and truly made each of her paintings come to life. I hope I have the opportunity to teach Mary again and look forward to seeing her work in the upcoming years. It's with great pleasure that I give this year's award for Outstanding Achievement in 8th grade visual art to Mary Olcott. Congratulations.
I think Alan's defining characteristic as a student is his relentless pursuit of knowledge. I knew I was in trouble when we were studying Southwest Asia, and he asked about the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, and I didn't know what that was, but I tried to play along, so I asked if he were referring to Nagorno-Karabakh, and he said, no, not the Armenian-controlled enclave within Azerbaijan, but the disambiguous Azerbaijani territory of Nakhchivan. And I said, well, maybe that'll be on your quiz, Alan, but not anyone else's. All of his teachers speak to his quest to master their material and their subjects as well, and I'm pleased to present the award for academic excellence to Alan Memetoglu. With my left hand. I'll give you a fist bump here. Congratulations.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I will go. There's a whole world out there. I know it. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the sea. I'm standing at the edge of the sea. Can you hear the call of the sea? Yes, I can hear it calling me. So here I'll stay, my home, my people beside me. And when we think of tomorrow, there we are. I'll lead the way, I'll have my people beside me. Build our future together where we are. Who am I? I am a girl who loves my island, and a girl who loves the sea. It calls me. I am the daughter of the village chief. We are descended from voyagers who found their way across the world. They call me. I've delivered us to where we are. I have journeyed farther. I am everything I've learned and more. Still it calls me. And the call isn't out there at all. It's inside me. It's like the tide, always falling and rising. I will carry you here in my heart. You remind me. Come on, May. I know the way. I am a Moana.
Good morning. Being a student at this school, I realized it's just like the real world. It took me out of my comfort zone coming from a predominantly black school to where I am now. In my 3 years, I've grown and matured so much. I've learned to shrug aside ignorance and racism. Things like this are common just like the real world. I like how our school as a whole has moved along with situations like this. I've improved a lot in being more of a leader in this middle school. There are a lot of memories I've had, and things like the Chesapeake Bay trip that still traumatize me. Every sports season has become very memorable to me. And I want to thank 3 teachers that aren't here anymore but have made a strong memory in my head, and I wish they were all here. Mr. Tuber, Ms. Tellis, and Mr. Aguasi. Lastly, I want to thank Mr. Hill. He's only been here 1 year, but there are so many great things he's already done and will continue to do in the future. Thank you for giving me this platform to give my thoughts.
Saints Awards are given to those students in each grade who are deserving of special recognition for their singular deeds of charity, service, graciousness, kindness during the whole of the past school year. I have the honor of presenting this Saints Award to Maddie Friedman for her leadership and service all year promoting equity and inclusion in our middle school. I had the privilege of working with Maddie in a new middle school club called the Rainbow Alliance, a student group dedicated to serving the needs of our diverse student body and especially to discussing issues affecting women and the LGBTQ+ community. Maddie was a core member of the Rainbow Alliance all year, taking on a leading role in the second trimester. She worked on planning a joint meeting with BASA, the Black at St. Andrews Club, to discuss issues of intersectionality. She contributed to our Women's History Month presentation and also collaborated with the student government on a presentation about the history of the Day of Silence, a day of solidarity against homophobia and transphobia in schools. On the Day of Silence itself, she helped hand out stickers to other students in the morning and participated in the Breaking the Silence event in the afternoon. She was also the only student who attended outside of school the half-day Gender and Sexual Orientation Diversity Conference, making our school safe. Despite being new to St. Andrews this year, Maddie immediately began working to make others feel safe, feel seen, and feel that they belong in our community. Congratulations, Maddie, and thank you. It's been an honor to work together with you this year.
I'm delighted to be able to speak in support of this student for one of the 8th grade Saints Awards. I've known this young person as an advisee this year, but also as a middle school student over the last 3. And in advisory, I knew this was a person I could always turn to for help with a program, model an activity, or be supportive of her peers when they needed it. And while this award is not about academics, it is worth noting that she is an excellent, excellent student. And I'll tell you that when I talk about a student in a situation like this, I always reach out to the people who know them. So when I reached out to this student's teachers and coaches, I heard back that this is one of the more thoughtful, caring, hardworking students they've had. Her track coach described her as a consistent and positive force. Over 3 years he coached her, and as someone who is a great role model, brings energy and enthusiasm to the team. Her history teacher remarked on how awesome and kind she is. And it went on like that, and I'm struck by the uniformity of agreement. We all agreed. She's welcoming to her peers, gracious to her teachers and coaches. This is a remarkable young woman, one who models hard work, kindness, and positivity. I am thrilled to recognize Isabel Aguiar for the Saints Award. Congratulations.
My name is Maggie Kelly. I will be sharing with you my personal reflection on my time in middle school. The time you spend in middle school is an experimental stage in one's life, a time preferably spent on figuring out who you are, what you like, and what makes you, you. For me, I tried my best to do just that, and I think I did a pretty good job. Throughout my middle school career, I tried countless new activities, such as sports like tennis, swimming, and track, and my performing arts like band and musical theater. Some activities I had to do, like the sports requirement. Sports were never my strong suit until I was required to take one each trimester. I was nervous when I found out about the sports requirement, but I still tried tennis in the fall of 7th grade, swimming in the winter, and track in the spring, and I actually really enjoyed all of them. Outside of school, I even tried volleyball, which I still play now, and I'm planning on playing throughout high school. I like the sports program because it pushed me to try new things and in the process get closer to the people on each team and bond with them. Even though I ended up loving these sports, there was still something I loved even more, which was performing arts. In 7th grade, I tried band and played flute. I also played a little bit in the spring, but I played guitar instead. Then, in 8th grade, I tried the middle school musical, where we did Moana Jr. and I was cast as Maui. I had been in musicals before, but this one was endlessly different. It was different not only in the fact that I had to stay after school to record the scenes because of COVID regulations that said we couldn't do it on stage, but also because of the community and how I was already friends with many of the other actors. I made so many memories during the middle school musical, including the time during the last recording session when 2 of the other girls in the musical and I were just being ridiculous, eating Cheetos, running around designing red carpet walks for each of the characters in the play based on random ideas mixed with their respective personalities, and just having a good time. Even the teachers joined in on the shenanigans at one point, including Mr. Porter, the director, who hopped in and also did one of the runway walks we made. Altogether, it was just so fun. As much as I love the musical, if we're just talking about St. Andrews, I've got to say, my favorite part of middle school at St. Andrews was probably the teachers. I'm really grateful for the creative and inspiring teachers that helped me to learn both in 7th and 8th grade. They were all quick to help, plus the one-on-one guidance and question answering that I really needed was superb. But one teacher who stood out to me the most was my math teacher, who taught me all throughout my time at St. Andrews in both 7th and 8th grade, Mrs. Henderson. Mrs. Henderson is one of the most kind and caring people I've ever met. Not only is she an amazing teacher who is quick to reply to emails or help me with anything I was struggling with, but she's also not afraid to tell me when I'm doing something wrong or when I need to get my act together. Like the multiple occasions that she pulled me out of the classroom to check up on me because of my grades or multiple missing assignments at the time. This was especially noticeable during distance learning when my grades started dropping because I wasn't used to learning at home and didn't know how to handle it with my, at the time, horrible time management skills and study techniques. Don't worry, they've gotten much better. In improving my executive functioning abilities and grades, especially in the 3rd trimester of this school year, which she even noticed and praised me on, I was able to grow and I felt noticed. I don't think I'll ever forget her fabulous teaching style and the countless ways she helped me throughout my time as her student. I made all of these memories even though I only came to St. Andrews in the 7th grade, and despite the long time we were all learning remotely during quarantine, I feel lucky to have gotten so much out of middle school, to have grown and learned so much in such a short time. And I've learned a very important lesson about how precious time is. Time is a valuable thing, and it can't be relived. Time is fleeting, so make the most of it. I tried my best to do just that, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
Our students set a high bar to follow. The Head of School Award is considered the highest award in middle school and is presented to that 8th grade student whose personal achievements and contributions to the community merit special recognition. This year's recipient embodies positive, inclusive leadership in a year that we really needed it. He has served as middle school student government president, helping to plan and implement the middle school Day of Silence, creating a special presentation for middle school peers about women and BIPOC mathematicians. He has been a consistent honor roll student, and his teachers praise his depth of knowledge and his willingness to ask questions and to collaborate with his classmates. His athletic coaches praise his work ethic and team-first attitude. Thomas has helped all voices be heard in middle school, and we look forward to his continued leadership and welcoming spirit in upper school. On behalf of the middle school faculty and staff, I am pleased and proud to present this year's Head of School Award to Thomas Ludica. Congratulations, Thomas.
Dear God, we pray for a smooth transition between middle school and high school. We ask for your guidance as we make tough decisions, and we ask for your strength when there is adversity. We are blessed to have amazing teachers that have taught us this past year. Even in the height of the pandemic, our teachers have always been there to help. They've supported us and prepared us for high school.
This year has thrown many challenges at us. It forced us to learn to persevere through tough times. We had to do school online and be isolated from our friends. We've all been through a lot with school, friends, and personal obstacles. Today, we are blessed that everyone has stuck together through difficult times. Now that we can see each other, there's no better time to appreciate everything we have in life. We pray for these things. Amen.
Okay, good morning. We will now recognize individually the class of 2025. Eighth graders, you know the drill. You'll line up, feel free to take off your mask, and definitely wave to your family. Isabel Aguilar. We can pause. Anandita Ahuja. A little. Go ahead, sweetie. Mackenzie Alexander. Go ahead. Gabriel Amha. Ashley Antizana. Cotter Bouts. Misha Baramy. Arjun Basker. Aiden Christmas. They're right there. Langston Clay. DJ? Piper Coco. Your mask. Piper Crawford. Aram Dariush. Stephen Davenport. Madeline Friedman. Michael Hemig. Connor Herwig. Tita Izadi. Adrian Kanupke. Tiffany Key. Margaret Kelly. Aiden Keneally. Ethan Kennedy. Riley Knockmas. Annabelle Kotek. Parker Leahy. Alexandra Liebman. Hannah Levin. Lauren Levine. Daniel Lobsons. Thomas Ludica. So good, Lucas Macedo. Alan Memetoglu. Gabrielle Mesa. Erin Nafag. Melissa Nugent. Benjamin O'Neill. Mary Olcott. Jessica Park. Jonathan Piercy. Ella Poffenroth. Lucy Rees. Gwendolyn Sampson. William Schneider. Zoe Sensenbrenner. Jackson Sherman. Caden Smalls. Jake Steinman. Sydney Stevens. Chase Stitchman. Fielding Stitchman. Zane Side. William Walker. Braden Weber. Michael Yale. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Do you want me on the band? Yes.
On behalf of Mr. DeHaan and the upper school faculty, I am honored to welcome the 8th grade to the upper school. We are all very excited to have you join us next fall. 8th graders, normally I give you 3 pieces of advice for over the summer, but since I know I'm the only person between you and summer break and air conditioning, I will give you one piece of advice today. And I say this every year. Read whenever and wherever you can. Read about topics you enjoy. Try reading the front page of the newspaper every day. If you like sports, pick up a biography of a famous player in your sport or read Sports Illustrated magazine. Read the comics. Or, before you leave today, ask the teacher to recommend a book. Without further ado, congratulations to the 8th grade. We all look forward to seeing you in the fall. I've been asked to let you know that this concludes our ceremony today. 8th graders, you are now officially on summer break. St. Andrew's opportunity to give announcements. I have one for you today. The yearbooks are in. Pick up your yearbook up on Rain Road. See, turn around, you can see them waving the books. 8th graders, that's for you. Have a great summer, everyone.
Let's do this. That's your cue, everyone.